welcome to the show. Thanks for stopping by today. Great to be with you. And here we are, at it again. We're at it 5 days a week, live, not pre-recorded, not scripted to every word, highly produced and prepared, but with an element of spontaneity and adapting, because people call the show and guests will talk about things, and when people call the show, sometimes we'll change the conversation, and we're good with that. So please join the conversation. It's so important that you become involved in the show, because you can have a big influence on other listeners and viewers of the show. And there are so many smart people out there listening and watching this show. Share your knowledge. Help others. This is a platform. We allow you to do that. This is why we do the show. And today, we have a guest coming on from Yerba, Prima. We'll talk with Ziggy. Nickname because nobody can pronounce his last name.
It's like 6 states long.
Yeah, exactly. And we'll get to him when he calls in. And it's important to know that, and I know that many of you that listen to the show have been listening to Health Talk Radio for years, probably some decades. In fact, we've had people call into the show and share that. And so have I. And back, 20 years ago, 25 years ago, Health Talk Radio, where it is now and where it was then, are different galaxies, at least for me and this show, I would like to think. This is terrestrial radio, traditional terrestrial radio. But LTN is radio for the 21st century. It is different. The show streams live. It streams Facebook, YouTube, LTN website, as I'm talking right now. It's connected to social media, specifically Twitter, Instagram, and the iHeart app. It's a form of social media, right?
Yes.
LTN also streams live guests, listeners, and viewers of the show using video chat. And Let's Talk Nutrition has its own app that connect people to archived videos of the show, to exclusive dietary supplement offers, and personal contact with me. And you can also watch it live, right? On the app?
Yes.
So you can watch it live, then get videos on demand with that app, and then get access to dietary supplement discounts, and then personal contact. The unique feature of video chat, as you're sitting there listening or watching the show, and it's up to you, if you let Stephen know that you would like to be streamed, excuse the expression, we can stream you live. And so not only will people hear your voice, but they can see you. We did that. The first person we did was with Rufino Pato, owner of a health store called A to Zinc in Clarksville, Georgia. He was the first one. Now, I know people have communication apprehension, but if you want us to stream you live, you just let Stephen know. Then Gary, you need to give Gary, then he has to get your email, and you need a laptop or a computer with a camera on it, and we can stream you. And we're 21st century radio, LTN's 21st century radio, because we're global. in the month of August, and I don't have the exact number, Gary can get it, but I know it's over 1 million viewers worldwide that went to the Let's Talk Nutrition website and clicked on that little button to make the video work. Am I right about that stat?
Yep. Yes, you are.
So where this particular terrestrial radio show is a little bit, it is 21st century. But the heart and soul of it is terrestrial. And we have affiliates across the United States, coast to coast, including Hawaii. So that's what this show is about in that sense, in terms of its reach and why it is 21st century radio. And here's how to get in touch and become part of all of that. And please join the conversation.
At 877-897-8255. That's 877-897-8255. You can also follow us on Let's Talk Nutrition on Facebook or at Let's Talk Nutrition on Instagram. If you want to email Dr. Garko personally, it's Dr. Garko, one word, at letstalknutrition.com.
The only thing we're not doing is using carrier pigeons and dropping leaflets from airplanes, or one of those airplanes with the streamer on the back to let people know who we are. So we're making every effort to connect. This show is about connection and communication. That's what we're trying to do. How do you feel about that? What do you think?
I'm good. I like it. I like the fact that we've come to a time and place where if somebody wants information, they can get it now. They don't have to get in the car, go down to the library, go through the
access, right?
Yeah, access. It's easy access. Everything's at your fingertips.
Well, you've been in radio a while. What do you think about where this show's going and how, the science and technology to support it?
Okay, so when I started in radio, it was a whole station that was the size of this room. And the room here is about 12 by 15. Okay? And there was no Q105 back in the day had the morning zoo. Do you remember?
I remember.
And they used to do it on cable.
Right.
Okay. Who would think that they would have cameras in a studio now constantly and you could actually see what's going on?
Right.
I mean, if you don't know what's going on, it's kind of boring.
Right. Well, now you can watch me, you can see me. And you know what, Gary? It gives the listener now who becomes a viewer a better opportunity to evaluate what's being said.
I mean, over the past 30 days, we had 1,469,609 clicks to see what we were doing. I mean, that's clicks to the video of what's going on live.
Over 1 million people around the world went to letstalknutrition.com and clicked to watch on that little button to watch. Tokyo, the Netherlands, Africa,
Seattle.
We're coast to coast. Let's go to Tampa in our own backyard. No place like home. Sophia, welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Great to have you on.
Good morning.
Right, you're joining the conversation. It's national and international. Go ahead.
How are you today, Doctor?
I'm good. Thanks for asking. Well, good. We got to go now.
Well, that was fun.
Glad you called in. Listen, we're going to come right back with we're going to pay a few bills, some important messages coming up, and we'll get back to Sophia. I know her. I've known her for many years. Very passionate, very dedicated professional in the natural products industry. As a store manager, see, we love it when stores call into the show. Health stores with Vitamin Discount Center here in Tampa. There are more health stores in Tampa than I have sense. Where are you people? Please call the show. We love for you to call, like Sophia. We'll see what's on her mind. Please join the conversation. You are listening to Let's Talk Nutrition, coast to coast.
I'm Joy McCarthy, holistic nutritionist, and I expect more from my multivitamin. I've researched many vitamins, and what's truly different about Every Woman's One Daily from New Chapter is that it's fermented with probiotics and whole foods and gentle even on an empty stomach. Every Woman's One Daily helps you feel good every day. giving you immune, energy, and stress support, and nutrients for bone and heart health. You will notice a difference. Every Woman's One Daily recently won the Best Multivitamin Award, and I love that it's non-GMO project verified. Discover the wisdom of nature with New Chapter.
Whether you spend your free time on a treadmill, under a car, or in your garden, if your active lifestyle leaves you sore, Body Vigor's Inflammaforce may be exactly what you need. Inflammaforce has a natural herb blend that acts as an anti-inflammatory to help maintain healthy joint and mobility support. There are standardized herbs like white willow, boswellia, turmeric, ginger, and devil's claw. The vegetarian capsule promotes easy digestion and a fast-acting dissolve process. Inflammaforce includes a proprietary enzyme herbal blend full of antioxidants and flavonoids that target pain and inflammation throughout the body. Body Vigor's Inflammaforce contains ingredients that support normal, healthy joint flexibility and function, builds healthy tissue, and helps with your recovery process. So if you're tired of sore joints and inflamed muscles, Body Vigor's Inflammaforce is your answer. Purchase Inflammaforce.
Let's get right back to Tampa, Florida. Go to Sophia in Tampa. Sophia, welcome back. Go ahead. You're on the air.
Oh, good morning again. Thank you. So I was listening yesterday, and good show, by the way. I
Thank you.
didn't have time to call in because I had just gotten back from being gone a week. But I know when you were talking with Dominique from Jaro, she had indicated that her daughter had asked her, has she gone completely vegan? What would she eat? Now, I've been a vegetarian my whole adult life. And about 5 months ago, I went completely vegan. And I tell you, I don't have a lack of food at all. I can do chickpea barbecue, green salad on a bed of grains, hummus with veggies, quick stir fry, loaded baked potato, quick pita pizza, veggie tacos, no cheese quesadillas, and if you're missing the cheese, you can make your cheese out of
explain
almonds.
to the listener and the viewer what vegan means.
Vegan means that you do not eat any animal product at all. Anything that
no meat, no dairy.
Yes, that's correct.
No meat, no dairy. All plant-based.
And if you were to look at me, you would not think that I would look like what people think a typical vegan would look like. I work out 6 days a week. I'm strong. I'm a middle-aged woman, but I mean, I'm strong and I'm healthy, and I feel like I'm in my 30s.
Mm-hmm. When you went from vegetarian to vegan, have you noticed any difference in how you feel? Any noticeable differences for you?
Absolutely. Actually, in my appearance too. My skin became clearer. My eyes became clearer. I don't have as much mucus. I have a little more energy. So yeah, it was quite apparent.
That was probably a. Did you find the transition going from vegetarian to vegan challenging? Was it difficult?
No, because what I did was I did a little bit of studying, and I replaced the cheeses with plant-based cheeses.
How do those taste? I haven't tried those.
Really, really good.
Which brand do you use? Daya? Is that how you pronounce it?
Good to your heart. Daya's okay. Miyaka is very good. But I actually like to make my own. They're very simple to make. And you could go on YouTube and find recipes as long as your arm. I mean, it just...
On how to make cheese?
On how to make cheese and everything.
Yeah,
so
well,
really...
I'm not that candidate. I don't have time to do that, so I have to find products. My only... one of my criticisms, but it's getting better. In the natural products industry, and we're going to Baltimore for Expo East, the Natural Products Trade Show in September, and I'm going to check out non-dairy, plant-based foods that are trying to substitute for dairy. Some of these foods, the truth be told,
tastes like cardboard.
Thank you. And I bought some, I won't mention the brand, vegan patties, like they're supposed to substitute for meat patties.
Uh-huh.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
It's kind of like, it's hit and miss. You have to taste several different ones, and they do provide that as well on YouTube, where they do taste tests. The Beyond Meats are phenomenal.
Here's my criticism of vegetarian and vegan. Some of these vegetarian and vegan foods is that they end up being highly processed.
Right.
And I know vegetarians and vegans that eat an unhealthy diet.
That is true. That's why I've started doing like my own cheeses, because basically I can make a quick cheese recipe out of cashews and lemons.
God bless you. You can do that, and I'm very basic with my whole food plant-based diet: no meat, no dairy. Mm-hmm. One of the first things I noticed when I cut out the dairy, inflammation levels went down in my body. How do I know?
That's right.
Because I get blood tests every Monday. Given what's going on with me, they don't necessarily test for inflammation. But the other sign that I had was that the inflammation in my hands almost gone completely, nearly.
That's wonderful.
So
do you find yourself hungry?
You can eat the thing with a whole food. Notice my language. I'm not saying vegan and vegetarian. A whole food plant-based diet. You can eat. You're told to eat when you're hungry. And if you're hungry, you eat. You can eat as much as you want.
Yep.
And it's very hard to gain weight on that kind of diet. Once you that's a wonderful way to lose weight. Don't hang up. Let's bring in Sal into the conversation. Yeah, I see on the computer screen, vegan diet. Sal, what did you want to say?
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Good morning.
I was just at Sophia's store at 9 o'clock, picked up my vitamins.
Oh, you went to
I just heard her talk.
Yeah.
So I have to put my story in. So here's my story with the vegan diet. about a month and a half ago, I stopped eating all animal food, and my diabetes went away. I am back. Basically, this morning, when I checked my glucose, it was 82. So Dr. Bernard, who says do not eat meat, is right.
Yeah. So
And I
did
have
you
tested
learn?
it again and again.
Did you call in one time and I told you about Dr. Neil Bernard?
No, you did not, but I heard you talk about it. You talked about
Yeah, he has a wonderful book, How to Prevent and Reverse Diabetes. He's pretty good, isn't he? He's pretty good, isn't he, Sal?
I'm a living example for him because I cheated a few days. The day I cheat, my sugar goes to 122 in the morning and 102 and 112.
That's right.
So the point about it that when I cut the meat, and I'm sure about cutting it, the 100%, my diabetes goes away. I check in the morning, it's 82, 98, 99, 96. I mean,
there
this
you
is
go.
my numbers.
The data are what the data are, and within 6 weeks, you were able to manage your diabetes. And Dr. Bernard, if you read his book, he has other things to read too, but the one book, Prevent and Reverse Diabetes, is a good place to start. You can hang on if you like. We're going to the bottom of the hour. We'll come right back. LTN Coast to Coast and around the world.
Feel better. The perfect complement to your beauty regimen? Try Form Essentials Zinnia. The finest of its kind, Zinnia offers twice as much biotin as other formulas, which has proven to unlock the vibrancy in even the dullest of hair, skin, and nails. Zinnia breaks through and rejuvenates cells internally, helping you achieve the allure of effortless beauty. Reviving your hair, skin, and nails has never been easier. This essential blend of biotin, alpha-lipoic, and hyaluronic acid, collagen, and vitamin C creates lasting enhancements to your natural good looks. Don't go on wondering. You're worth the results. This combination of ingredients can only be found in Zinnia. Pamper yourself with a proven bit of affordable luxury and start looking your best. Ask for Zinnia by name at your nearest vitamin retailer to begin your journey to restored nails, head-turning hair, and radiant skin today. For more information, visit formessentials.com.
When your alarm goes off, do you jump out of bed with excitement? Or does it take multiple alarms, a few snooze buttons, or a morning caffeine fix to get you going? These habits and daily stress cause a vicious cycle in which sleep becomes increasingly elusive. In fact, 54% of Americans report struggles to fall or stay asleep. For a better night's rest, look no further than Solace, an all-natural dietary supplement that supports healthy sleep and relaxation, so you get the rest you need to wake up clear-eyed, alert, and ready for the day. Solace has given thousands a better night's rest and the power to take back their mornings while enjoying the day ahead of them. Solace is formulated with non-addictive, scientifically proven, all-natural ingredients that support sleep and relaxation, such as melatonin, tryptophan, and 5-HTP. For more information or to order Solace, visit takesolace.com. Solace, for healthy sleep naturally.
Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition, wherever and however you may be listening or watching the show, and whatever you may be doing, coast to coast and around the world, literally. Sal, I'm going to get back to Sal in Tampa. Sal switched. He dropped out dairy, and he's going to drop out meat in his diet, eliminate it. And he noticed within a matter of 6 weeks that his diabetes improved and significantly better managed, as evidenced by his glucose readings. I mean, those data are what they are. Sal, welcome back. So you still eating some meat?
Well, I noticed the difference in the first 2-3 weeks, honestly. And then I noticed when I eat meat, the day I screw up and eat it, I come back and check in the morning and it's 122.
So even the meat affects your glucose levels?
Yes, but let's go back to what Dr. Bernard said. Dr. Bernard said that if you eat meat, it gets into the cells, then it will not allow the cells will say, I'm full. Don't give me any more sugar. So the sugar will stay in the blood.
There you go.
That's exactly what's happening with me.
See?
And I definitely see that. Now, I tell you one thing else that really helped me a lot, because a lot of people are listening. I take blood sugar formula. When I take that, it reduces my sugar by 50 points. I've been testing it for a long time, and I see the difference when I take it before and after.
Yeah. Which one do you take? Jaro Formulas, Blood Glucose Optimizer? Which one do you take?
No, I take the blood sugar formula by Vitalogic.
Okay, Vitalogic.
Really,
okay.
Yeah.
That's sold in fine health stores throughout the United States. Yeah.
Yes, and I buy it from VDC all the time. So my point to everybody who's listening, and also my doctors who used to tell me, do not eat carbohydrates, raises your sugar. Guess what, guys? It's the opposite. What you told me is wrong. You need to wake up and listen to Dr. Bernard. All of you are doctors. You should be able to see the same research that he did do himself and say, I am one example. There are a lot of people.
Exactly.
Every time I tell this to my doctor, you know what he says? Oh, there is no research about it. You have to wait till...
Well, he's wrong about that, with all due respect to your physician. I don't mean to throw your doctor under the bus, but if he goes to Cochrane, PubMed, any database, and types in plant-based diet, glucose, insulin, diabetes, he'll have enough reading there to entertain him for quite a while. And I've been saying this on the air for a long time now, and I'm not necessarily advocating that some people, I'm realistic, Sal. I know that some people are not going to eliminate dairy. They're not going to eliminate the meat, and that's fine. What you can do if you want to eat meat and dairy is increase your ratio of plants to meat products, or plant to animal products, that ratio. If you improve that ratio, where the number for the plants is higher than the animal meats, or animal products, I should say, you'll do fine in many cases. Some people who have heart disease, who have severe diabetes, may need to do a stricter diet and try to eliminate meat and dairy altogether. But the one technique or one strategy is to focus on the plant to animal food ratio, and where plants should constitute about 70 to 75% of your diet, and the rest you can divide up the remaining 25 or 30% between dairy and other animal-based products. That's another approach. But I really appreciate your passion. I appreciate you sharing your story, because other people are hearing you who, I talk about it on the show all the time. You know that, and I advocate for it. And I really think that you can have a big influence, Sal, you and other listeners and viewers, when you call in, just like you did, to share your story. Thank you so much for doing that.
Well, I want to thank you for giving us the chance to speak it out. But also, Sophia told me today that I look a lot better than the first time she saw me, which was about 2-3 years ago.
Good.
And I agree to that. And she looks a lot better. Myself, I could tell when I saw her this morning, she was like the biggest smile you could have on your face.
Yeah.
Plus, she's very healthy. And
very
again,
good.
Thank you for the time.
It's my pleasure. You take care of yourself. Good luck and congratulations. Okay, we have a guest, and he's been waiting in the wings. I hope he's not eating a burger. Siggy, welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition. How are you, pal?
Doc, how are you?
Good. Did you hear that? Did you hear that listener?
Yeah, I like it. I love it.
Isn't that good?
That is, it's fantastic to hear when someone's getting educated like that and see the way it can change your life.
It can change your life. Not only can it change your life, it can extend your life and bring better quality to your life. And your company, Yerba Prima, is situated in the conversation for a plant-based approach. Now, clearly, it's not a whole food that you're manufacturing with these fiber products and cleansing products, but they are plant-based. And for people who don't like to eat plants, vegetables and starchy vegetables and fruit and nuts and seeds and legumes, how are they going to get, plant-based nutrients into their body? The only other alternative, you can't breathe them in, so they're not floating in the ether. You're going to have to use dietary supplementation. And Yerba Prima is a company that can help with that. Any breaking news from Yerba Prima? Any new products? Are you working on anything? What's going on?
No new products, but we've got a great educational piece we just posted on our Facebook page where you did the Kathy Ireland show that's really good about talking about exactly the things your radio show's about today. So, if anybody wants to check it out, it airs in September, but it's posted online right now for all your viewers.
Well, Gary can maybe find that, and we'll take a look at that. Your nickname is Ziggy, and out of always, with respect, I never attempt to pronounce your name, so I always allow you to do that. So tell them your first and last name.
It's Sigmund Brzostowski.
Brzostowski. There you go. Sigmund, no less.
I'm going to just change my last name to Garko. Make it easy.
No, that's a beautiful name, man. That's a strong Polish name, right?
Yeah, well, mostly Irish, but I got the Polish name, that's for sure.
He's like a linebacker from the Notre Dame or the Chicago Bears. That's what that reminds me of, that name.
Brzostowski, linebacker for Yerba Prima.
That's it.
Buy some fiber, you'll get tackled.
Or you get untackled. Please.
Unbinded.
Or there you go. No holding. No holding it in. No holding. Join the conversation. We invite you. We love it when you call, like Sal and Sophia and others who call the show. We love it. This is why we show up every day to work. 877-897-8255. You are listening to Let's Talk Nutrition. You certainly know that. It's coast to coast, including Hawaii. What you may not know, that for the month of August, it's around the world with 1 million views.
Don't be stressed out or anxious.
Whether you spend your free time on a treadmill, under a car, or in your garden, if your active lifestyle leaves you sore, Body Vigor's Inflammaforce may be exactly what you need. Inflammaforce has a natural herb blend that acts as an anti-inflammatory to help maintain healthy joint and mobility support. There are standardized herbs like white willow, boswellia, turmeric, ginger, and devil's claw. The vegetarian capsule promotes easy digestion and a fast-acting dissolve process. Inflammaforce includes a proprietary enzyme herbal blend full of antioxidants and flavonoids that target pain and inflammation throughout the body. Body Vigor's Inflammaforce contains ingredients that support normal, healthy joint flexibility and function, builds healthy tissue, and helps with your recovery process. So if you're tired of sore joints and inflamed muscles, Body Vigor's Inflammaforce is your answer. Purchase Inflammaforce exclusively on Amazon.com.
Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Plant-based nutrition has become very popular over the years. Little by little. 20 years ago, if you told somebody you were a vegan or vegetarian, to say, and where is that church located? It was like a religion, is my point. And people were very ideological about it. Even today, you'll bump into vegans who won't, they're vegans because they don't want animals to be killed. And that's why they're doing it. Period. No other reason. Then you have vegans who don't eat animal products because they think it contributes to health, which is true. It does. And you have variations on the theme here. A blue zone in the United States is located in Loma Linda, California. It's the only blue zone in the U.S. Blue zones are those places on the earth where populations or cultures live, people live that live a long time with quality of life, and their diet is primarily plant-based. Read Dan Buettner's book, Blue Zones. This resurgence, it's almost like a renaissance for plant-based foods. And I can sit here and tell you all the benefits, and we'll do that along the way today with Ziggy, with Sigmund Brzostowski. We're going to do that because he works for a company. They don't sell whole food, plant-based foods, but they do manufacture and sell are dietary supplements made from plants, and these are fiber-based kinds of products, cleansing products. And the theme here is how dietary supplements can support a plant-based approach to eating or a plant-based diet. Ziggy, welcome back. Do you eat meat?
3 days a week.
What kind of meat do you eat?
I mean, you know, chicken mostly. I mean, some red meat, but not much.
Mm-hmm. Dairy?
No. I mean, butter, you know, but no milk or anything like that. Too much sugar.
Cheese?
A little bit.
That's dairy. Okay. Have you ever tried going without a diet, no meat, no dairy? Have you ever tried it?
Did vegetarian for 6 months.
That's okay. That's different. No meat, no dairy puts you in a different category. You can be ovo-vegetarian, lacto-vegetarian. There are different classifications. But no meat, no dairy, that's pretty strict. Have you ever tried that?
When I had lost like 85 pounds, it's going back 3 years ago. I did when I say very little dairy, I mean it was really little.
Okay, so when you went down that road, when you eliminated the meat and went light dairy, you lost 85 pounds.
I did.
Okay.
I had a breakthrough this week, and I'm actually putting the almond milk now in my cornflakes. I've now completely got almond milk now in my house. I didn't think it would be. If you would have asked me 5 years ago if I'd be drinking almond milk, I would tell you that you are a nut.
Right. Well,
no,
you've looked at me like that sometimes, like I am.
When you come to my macaroni and cheese habit, that's why.
I'm trying to pull you away from that macaroni and mac and cheese, man. Your company is a digestive care based kind of company, right? I mean, you're trying to you sell products that are made from plants. There's no product you sell made from animal products, right?
No.
Okay, animal source.
I mean, our capsules and some of our products are, they're beef gelatin caps, but we have vegetarian cap options, and
But the thing that one of your main specialties is fiber, is it not?
Yeah, I mean, we're best known for our psyllium and fibers, along with our detox. But we made, our customer base in the last 35 years off psyllium.
I have two questions. One about detox coming into the cold and flu season. when should somebody start detoxing to get ready for cold and flu season? That's one of my questions that came over the internet. And the other questions is, you sent me the daily fiber caps. Okay, I love them, by the way. I take that every day now.
How many daily fiber caps do you take?
I take 2. I take one in the morning and one at night.
That's it.
That's all I need to take.
What's in the daily fiber caps, Zig?
It's just a well-balanced form of different fiber types. I mean, we use 5 different ones. First, like hemocellulose, cellulose, pectins, lignans, gums. But if someone's not looking for a psyllium
is it psyllium? Is it psyllium in those caps or no?
There is in the fiber blend there is a little bit of psyllium, but it's just not a psyllium-based product.
Okay, so this is really important.
But it has no sugar in it. And one of the things that I noticed, if I take more than 2 a day, though, I have.
You're right. Yeah, it gets a little too loose.
It gets a little too loose. But if I take 2, I'm fine. I'm not straining. I'm in and out.
So did you try the? You also sent us, and Gary is taking it, the orange. What is that? Daily fiber. What's that called?
I believe so. Yes, daily fiber orange.
Yeah, the daily fiber orange, and that.
Do you like that?
Okay, and I like that too. When I take that on the weekends. Okay, so the reason why I take that on the weekends, I actually take that like if I was drinking like an orange juice or something, and I'm gonna sit down and have a real breakfast. I drink that with my real breakfast, and it doesn't have that chalky, gritty taste.
Wait a minute. What's a real breakfast, brother?
Well, a real breakfast is not.
Say that. Don't you think you're going to walk on this show and say I eat a real breakfast? What are you talking about, man?
I'm not a breakfast that I hold in my hand and I'm drinking.
If you're going to sit there and tell me, if you're going to sit and tell me you're eating eggs, bacon, ham, toast, butter, heavy cream on the strawberries. Put your headset down, go out the door and take a walk.
That's when I have my bowl of cereal and I sit and watch the news. I'm kidding, man. I enjoy it.
That's what you meant by real breakfast. In other words, you're not eating in your car.
Not my 65 handhold breakfast. You know what that is? That's doing 65 and holding it in your hand and trying to eat to get to work.
All right. So what we're going to do today with Ziggy is talk about how you may be able to start to move into that plant-based world by taking certain supplements that will confer a health benefit if you were really eating the plants, but you don't like to eat the plants. And so we're trying to give you your plants and eat it too, is what we're trying to do through dietary supplementation. Gary's having some good luck with Yerba Prima. I'm not surprised. We come back, we'll talk some more. I'll give you the reasons or the pitfalls of eating an totally animal-based diet. Let's Talk Nutrition. Thanks for stopping by today. Sigmund Brzostowski is my guest today. Otherwise, if I had to say that every time I mentioned his name, we would never get through the show. So we distilled it down to Ziggy.
You got your Audible. You're like Peyton Manning. Omaha.
Ziggy. Educated for Yerba, Prima. And the theme here is how can, or should, for that matter, I guess, dietary supplements be used to supplement or support a plant-based approach to eating. Now, if I said to you, in a non-scientific sort of, I'm going to try to persuade you, jazzy kind of way, and I said, you know what? I can help lower your chances of getting ischemic heart disease, mortality, dying from ischemic heart disease. I can help you find a way to manage your weight. I can help you to help reduce your medications and all your needs for those. I can help lower your risk for most chronic diseases. I can decrease the incidence and severity of high-risk conditions such as obesity, hypertension, hyperlipidemia, hyperglycemia for you. And even I can give you a way to reverse coronary artery disease and type 2 diabetes. If I said that to you, you'd probably look at me and say, this guy's a charlatan. I'm not going to listen to him. I'll see you later. Because whatever he's going to try to tell me that can do all that, if I said to you one thing can do that, you probably wouldn't believe me, and I wouldn't blame you. But you should believe me. And the one thing that you can do to do all those things that I said is move to a plant-based diet where the ratio of the plant foods to the animal foods in your diet is such that the ratio is higher, that ratio where the plants constitute a greater percentage of your diet. That's not just my opinion. There are data to support everything that I said. One study after another. I could entertain you for a long time with the different studies to support all that I just said. But that argument, once I tell you the secret, which is not a secret at all, you're going to say, but you know what? I don't like to eat plants. I got a guy sitting to my left. 9 months ago, 10 months ago, he wasn't walking around the world thinking about plant-based diets and fiber and eliminating, trying to reduce his intake of meat and dairy. That wasn't even on his mind 10 months ago. And little by little, and I never have tried to make a forceful, persuasive effort to, criticize them and say, I'm talking about one of my producers, technical producers, Gary, hammered him on it. You need to do it. Did I ever do that to you?
No.
Never.
I was 42 years old before I ate Brussels sprouts, though. So
there you go. And over 10 months, and during the show here, he's been listening. And then I would talk, what about this, what about that? And I said, he wants to lose weight. I said, okay. Now, we don't have permission to use these images, but we found Ziggy, our guest, alluded to the fact that at one point he lost 85 pounds. We have the before and after. We found it.
It's amazing.
I don't know if he'll give us permission to use it. By the way, we can tell Ziggy that if he wants us to stream him live, we can do that right now.
I already talked to him. He doesn't have a camera on his computer.
Doesn't have a camera on his computer. Tell your boss you need a laptop with a camera, man. Welcome to the 21st century. He lost 85 pounds moving to a plant-based diet. Now, he's reverted back to eating meat and some dairy. He doesn't drink milk. And, I don't know. I could ask him, how much of that 85 did he put back on?
40-something pounds.
Okay. So he put about half, almost half back on. That should tell you something. Now, all that being said, and I can sit here and have church bells chime praising the benefits of a plant-based diet, that argument only has so much persuasive force. Because there are some people, they're going to say, I know that's all true, but I don't like to eat vegetables. That doesn't leave them very many alternatives, does it? What is a person to do then? That's the question. And if your diet is more animal-based, a lot of meat, a lot of dairy, and a token amount of vegetables, of plants, starchy vegetables, fruits, legumes, seeds, nuts, just a sprinkle here and there. It's tough. You're missing many of the nutrients, the beauty, the nutritional beauty, if you will, of the plants. Their nutritional properties that make a difference in people's health. So it becomes difficult. And the one thing that you'll be missing is fiber. You're not going to get fiber from meat or dairy. It comes from plants. So how are you going to get the fiber in your diet? That assumes that fiber is important. In my opinion, based on the science and the data, the studies, eat a diet that's absent in fiber or lacking or deficient, and you're asking for trouble. And I predict that it's only a matter of time before you'll start to have digestive issues and other kinds of health issues, from diabetes to heart disease and down the line. And that's not an exaggeration. So I'm just saying. But maybe Yerba Prima can help. Ziggy, welcome back.
Good to be back.
So what's the best-selling dietary fiber product you have in the company? Which one sells the most?
Psyllium whole husk.
An oldie but a goodie. Why do people gravitate to it, Zig?
So psyllium has a lot of different benefits. You guys were talking about dieting. If you're dieting, it's going to create a sensation of fullness because of the way it swells out when it gets into your intestinal tract, it gets into your gut. It helps lower cholesterol levels. It helps regulate glucose levels. And on top of that, it's a really good high source of fiber. So, when you talk about your intestinal tract, obviously your intestinal tract's massive. There's a bunch of nooks and crannies in your intestinal tract. What the one real great benefit about psyllium is it can swell out in your intestinal tract and get to those hard-to-reach spots and remove waste that's been there for years. I mean, it's essential to, doing so many different things that. So
it's like like in Pittsburgh when I was a kid growing up, or in Manhattan, those street cleaners with the big brushes.
Exactly.
Going down the street, is it sort of like that?
It's sort of like that, yeah.
I mean, it really cleans it out, right?
It does. And when you see some of the things that are going to come out of your system, I mean, you'll know it's working.
Mm-hmm. And your price point on that product is very reasonable.
I think as far as price points go, I mean, the best bang for your buck on the market.
No doubt about it. Fibers found in whole plant foods support in a very significant and powerful way the gastrointestinal, cardiovascular, and immune systems through a variety of mechanisms, some of which Ziggy was alluding to. LTN, coast to coast, worldwide.
Are you waking up each day to the life you have to live?
Almost 52% of men experience erectile dysfunction and benign prostatic hyperplasia. If you've had challenges with virility, sexual health, or low energy, Body Vigor's Alpha Extension may be the answer for you. Body Vigor's Alpha Extension can help revitalize your alpha male and extend your love. Our formula is one of the highest quality nutraceuticals available, formulated to support the processes involved in promoting a healthy male sex drive, energy, and stamina. Alpha Extension has 2 powerful herbal blends, Virilo Max, which focuses on male sexual health, and T-Pump Activator, which helps balance your testosterone levels. Revitalize your alpha male with Body Vigor's Alpha Extension, exclusively available on Amazon.com.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition. Thanks for stopping by today. Ziggy Brzostowski is my guest, and love having him on. Just a straight shooter, no pretense here. It's all good. Ziggy, welcome back. Talk a little bit about psyllium. You said it's your best-selling dietary fiber supplement product. What can people expect? Does it cause gastric distress?
No. No. I mean, listen, some people, psyllium is just not going to mix right with. They don't like the feeling of, some people say they have a feeling of bloating with it. Psyllium is doing exactly what it's supposed to do with that feeling of bloating. I mean, it's not going to happen with everybody. That's why we have a well-balanced form of fiber types like the daily fiber and other products.
Mm-hmm. And how much?
Everybody's system's different.
Everybody's system's different. And how much should a person take a day?
I mean, usually with psyllium, fiber can be indiscriminate as far as what it takes out. So I would say stagger it between, any other kind of medications or supplements you're taking. So morning and night. I mean, one of the benefits about taking psyllium at night is when do a lot of people, you're sitting around, you eat dinner, you're getting ready to go to bed. Sometimes people feel a little hungry. I mean, that's the time you should be taking this product because it's going to give you a feeling of fullness. So you're going to bed feeling full. And on top of that, you're getting the benefits of fiber, which is going to help you do the things to clean your colon.
Mm-hmm. Is everybody a candidate for psyllium, or can it be too harsh for some?
It can be. I mean, I'm not going to say psyllium's for everybody. It's not. That's why Yerba Prima came up with fiber blends also. I mean, some people just are not going to take psyllium and feel like it's a product for them.
Why? What happens for some folks? Are they're psyllium sensitive, so to speak?
I mean, it could be. It could be like with anything you take. Your body just doesn't care for it. It's just not taking it properly. I think usually the biggest problem that if somebody says, if there's 2 out of 10 people that says psyllium's just not for me, I need one of your just regular fiber supplements. A lot of that has to do with the bulking effect of psyllium. I mean, psyllium has...
What do you mean bulking effect? What's that mean?
So, the best way to, it's the easiest way to describe it. If I put, a tablespoon of psyllium in some water, you're going to see it expand right out and get sort of like a gel-like substance. I mean, but that's what psyllium is supposed to do. When I was talking about earlier of it, traveling.
So the bulking effect occurs in the stomach or in the colon?
Both. It's going to start in the stomach. It's going to continue right through the colon.
Right. In other words, psyllium has the ability to absorb water, a lot of water, so it makes a gelatinous mass. All fibers do that. But for some people, it can be a bit much for them, the way psyllium behaves.
Correct. I mean, that's why with any fiber supplement, any detox, any cleanse, you need to drink a lot of water. I mean, we should all be drinking more water, but especially when you're taking any kind of fiber supplement, you need to take a lot of water.
And so you have these other fiber blends. The one that Gary's been taking, the orange, what is that, daily fiber? Do you have a fiber? I don't know if you have access to your computer or whatever, wherever you are. I don't know if you have it committed to memory, but do you happen to know what the constellation of different types of fibers in that daily fiber product are? If not, Gary can find it and put it up.
Yeah, I mean, there's, like I said, there's oat, there's soy, there's psyllium. We use a well-balanced form of all 5 fiber types for, just for that reason of, hey, psyllium doesn't work for my system. I need just a good fiber blend. And, I really feel like our fiber blend, I'm not saying that because I've been here for 18 years. We have one of the best fiber blends on the market. And, it's not, sales just don't say that. I mean, we rank number 1 in our category for a reason. We're number 1 because we put out a quality product that helps people. And, that's something we take pride at, for 30
Of course you do. And so you have the daily fiber that's in powder form, regular, and then you have the orange flavored. And you mix that with water. Do you have the daily fiber in capsule form?
Yeah, it comes in powder, caps, and orange. And last time I was on the show, I gave 5 giveaways for your customers. Two of your listeners. 2 of those people called back, and now, I mean, I usually don't get calls or anything like that.
They called you back.
They made it a point to reach out to me to say, the one lady, I don't want to say her name, she said it's changed her life as far as digestive health goes because she couldn't use the bathroom. She was going every 3 days, and she said it was just killing her, and she's regular now. And, it's stuff like that that makes me feel good about what I do for the past.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that because I didn't know. What we're showing on the screen is the daily fiber formula, orange flavor. And there's a nice, if you go to Yerba, Yerba, which means herb, Prima, yerbaprima.com. Prima is first herb. Yerbaprima.com. You can learn about these different fiber products in the blends. Is there any, does it give the?
I love this product. I'm sorry, I do, and it's. He sent it to me to test it out, and it's one of the things that I use. I'm telling you, I use this every Saturday and Sunday.
Use it on the weekend. If you scroll down, does it give you the actual ratio of blend there? Does it tell you that?
I don't have it in front of me.
No, I'm talking to Gary. What's the you have soluble fiber, 4 grams. Is there insoluble fiber in there, Gary? Look right.
There is.
It's concentrated fiber blends, psyllium husk, caca gum, gluten-free oat bran, non-GMO soy fiber, apple fiber.
Okay, and if you look up there, you have soluble fiber, 4 grams. Does it have insoluble fiber?
1 gram.
1 gram.
1 gram.
Okay,
the soluble sugars.
The soluble fiber. We come back. We'll mark the distinction between soluble and insoluble. That product's a nice product, and what we're showing is Ziggy before and after. On the left, I don't know how much he weighed, but on the right, he was 85 pounds lighter.
And it's the same mirror, so it's not mirror tricks, too.
Right. Left side. Right side. Before and after. Big change. Congratulations.
Women who are pregnant or planning to have a child have specific nutritional needs. Maintaining optimal nutritional intake is important for mother and baby. Body Vigor's Preferred Prenatal can help mother and baby receive the appropriate building blocks for growth, development, and healthy function. The Preferred Prenatal formula provides essential vitamins and minerals, along with added support ingredients such as folic acid and DHA. Preferred Prenatal also incorporates a bonus herbal blend to help the mom-to-be with the uncomfortable side effects of pregnancy, like nausea, vomiting, mood swings, and uterine health. Support a healthy pregnancy for you and your baby with Preferred Prenatal, exclusively on Amazon.com.
Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition, wherever and however you may be listening or watching the show, and whatever you may be doing. That could be coast to coast or around the world. Pleased to tell you that in terms of viewing the show, according to the company that streams it for us, we had over 1 million. What is it?
1,462.
A million and a half, almost 1.5 million views during the month of August. Welcome back to the show. And let me say this. Antioxidants, anti-inflammation, cancer activity reduction, immune enhancement, protection against diseases such as osteoporosis, cardiovascular disease, cancers, some of them, optimization of serum cholesterol. Those are just some of the benefits gleaned from eating a plant-based diet or taking plant-based kinds of supplements like that are fiber in nature, for example, from Yerba Prima. Ziggy, welcome back. No joke. Difference, those benefits, and that's all documented. Difference between soluble and insoluble fiber. Insoluble fiber passes from your mouth to your colon virtually unchanged. And there, it absorbs water to help form a stool. Insoluble fiber breaks down in your stomach and creates a gel that creates a feeling of fullness, and then it can help absorb cholesterol and so on. So that's the difference between soluble and insoluble. That daily fiber is more soluble than insoluble, right?
Correct.
So if somebody's constipated, would they want to do daily fiber, or do they want to use something else that has more insoluble fiber in it?
Well, it depends on how constipated somebody is.
Let's say a real bad case.
That case, you shouldn't be taking either. You should be taking Fiber Plus. Fiber Plus is a product we offer with Senna in it. Senna is a natural laxative, so it's going to jumpstart your system to get it going. But it's not a product you want to take every day. You want to take it until.
Okay, what's that product called again?
Fiber Plus.
Fiber Plus. It has Senna. Every time I hear that word, that reminds me of the famous Formula One race car driver, Ayrton Senna. Brazilian driver, one of the greatest Formula One race car drivers ever. That's how I remember Senna. Fiber Plus, does that come in powder or caps?
Comes in apple spice flavored powder, and it also comes in capsule.
Can you scroll down, Gary? Gary's showing you the write-up on it from Yerba Prima. And does it tell you there how much insoluble fiber is in there, or Senna?
It says to take 5 caps. 5 capsules.
Then if you go down, look for how much Senna is in it or how much insoluble fiber, if they give that information. I don't know. That's
0.5 grams of insoluble fiber.
0.5 of insoluble?
Senna extract 10%.
Okay.
So you're looking at the capsules. The soluble fiber, the powder, which is usually what most people take, the soluble fiber is 3.1 grams. The insoluble is 1.6 grams.
What is it about Senna can become habit-forming? It can make the colon lazy, and it doesn't want to engage in peristalsis. That's why it's not recommended to take Senna on a regular basis, right?
Yeah, I mean, the best way to use a product like this is it's a short-term use. As soon as you're starting to get to see the desired results, you switch right over to one of the other products.
For how long should they take this product?
I mean, it's going to depend on them. How quick is it going to take them to get their system jump-started? I mean, I have one of the people that work here that was having some issues. It took her a couple days. Some people are going to take 4 or 5 days. But, like you were saying, Doc, which is very good, Senna can create a laxative dependency. So, if someone's using it, they like the results and say, hey, listen, I'm just going to keep taking this product. All that's going to do is make your digestive system lazy. So this is why we say short-term use, get the desired results, and then switch over.
So this is sort of like miners. When they want to get into the mine, so they dynamite it first.
Yeah.
Right? And then they use the drills. So we're sort of using this, sort of like this is the analog would be like dynamite. is trying to get, things broken apart here.
Will it help with OIC, the opioid-induced constipation?
Yes. The problem with that is people that suffer from opioid constipation, Gary, it's so severe. Once people get relief, they say, I don't care if my colon's getting lazy and I'm laxative dependent. I just feel so much better. That's the problem. So you would start with that and then move to something like do you have another product that's high in insoluble fiber, Zig?
I mean, all our products, for the most part, have more soluble fiber than insoluble fiber. Some of them are 2-to-1 ratios, some are 3-to-1 ratios. So depending on what you're looking to do, it's going to be different for every single product.
Can soluble fiber cause help people go to the bathroom?
Yeah, I mean, look, the insoluble fiber part is more of the roughage part. If you want to just break it down into real easy terms to understand. So when you're thinking of your roughage, veggies that you eat, insoluble fiber is going to do that. The soluble fiber is going to be more of the gel-like substance that's going to help do a lot of these other things that we talked about, reducing blood sugar swings. And
I got you. We had a question from Mary. She sent us a message on Facebook, and she was asking about when to detox. You do sell detoxification supplements, don't you?
The bentonite detox we have is the one product I take every single day, and I have for a long time.
The bentonite.
It's one of the most powerful detoxes that's on the market.
And she asked, when would it be a good time to do a detox?
Depends on what kind of detox she's looking to do. I mean, if she's looking to do a full cleanse, we say twice a year. If she's looking to do a quick detox with the bentonite, then that's something they could take every day, and she could start taking now.
But you have detoxification kits? You have, don't you?
Yeah, the women's and men's kits.
Right. We can talk about that when we come back. Here's what I would say to Mary. Is she listening, Gary?
Yeah, she's on Facebook.
Well, first of all, thank you, Mary, for listening to the show. I know you can't talk to me right now, but if you move to a plant-based diet, eating a plant-based diet is detoxifying. Okay? Think about that. Now, some people, as I said, don't want to eat a heavy plant-based diet, so they're not going to get that benefit. But eating plants, serve to detoxify the body, especially the digestive system. And keep that in mind. And then you have companies like Yerba Prima, they're bentonite. And then they have the men's and women's detox kits. When we come back, I'll ask Ziggy to break that down. And we'll also, when we come back, we'll have the LTN health question of the day. Let's talk nutrition coast to coast and worldwide.
Are your joints feeling out of date and stiff? Is that old sports injury flaring up? Is your body aching from the daily wear and tear at work? Body Vigor's Joint Ready keeps you at the ready for any joint pain that gets out of line. Unfortunately, as we age, joint pain becomes more common. Body Vigor's Joint Ready can help provide relief so you can continue to go about your day. Our formula contains sulfated forms of glucosamine and chondroitin. Studies show that these sulfated forms are more effective than regular glucosamine bound to hydrochloride. Joint Ready promotes a healthy inflammatory response, facilitates cartilage synthesis, and provides additional antioxidants. Keep your joints at the ready with Body Vigor's Joint Ready, exclusively on Amazon.com.
Here's the LTN health question of the day. We do this every day around this time. Now, I can tell you that the consumption of plants in the diet is woefully inadequate in our country. Here's the question. What percent of and there's a consequence to that, and the question gets at that. What percent of adults and children in the United States do not get enough of get the minimum recommended amount of dietary fiber? The minimum. What percent fail to even get the minimum of dietary fiber because they don't eat a plant-based diet primarily? Okay? Is it 9%? 19%? Or 90%? What percent of children and adults in the United States do not get the minimum recommended dietary fiber? 9%, 19%, or 90%? Call this number. You can win a $25 gift card with the right answer.
877-897-8255. 877-897-8255.
9%, 19%, or 90%? Take note of my comment earlier. That was the hint. I said that people in the United States eating a plant-based are not getting enough plants. That's woefully inadequate, the amount of plants that they're eating. Woefully inadequate.
You said about 30 grams, right, of fiber daily?
That's not minimum. What's the... I'm interested in what your opinion is. What do you think the minimum amount of fiber is, Zig, for people? Generally, men and women, adults. What do you think?
I mean, I already know the answer to your question.
Yeah, I know, but what do you think the minimum should...
I mean, listen, the average American gets between 10 and 15 grams of fiber a day. The Food and Drug Administration says 35 to 45 grams, which is low. There's other reports out there saying 40 to 50 grams of fiber a day.
Would that be minimum?
I mean, I would say minimum. The low end, all the years of doing this, 35 grams.
30? Some would say women 25, men 35, minimum. I'm thinking, a little higher minimum. Of course, children would be different. Of course, it's lower because they're smaller. I'm thinking minimum, both for men and women, 35, 40, somewhere in there.
I think that's a good number.
Minimum. I know there are some cultures where they're consuming upwards of 90 grams a day because they eat so many plants, and it just happens automatically. So I'm just saying, those detox kits that you have, you got one for men, one for women. What's the title of those products?
The Women's Renew and the Men's Rebuild System.
Women's Renew, Men's Rebuild. What's in the kit?
It's a 3-part kit, so it's a one-stop shop for customers. There's a fiber component in the kit, then there's a parasite formula in the kit, and then there's the herbal component in the kit.
Okay. You take that through. It's easy. I've seen those. I've looked at those, and they're easy to use. It's not complicated at all, right?
No, not at all. I mean, they're really easy. Pills in the morning, night, lots of water. If you're doing the stronger cleanse, you can have it done in about 17 days. If you do just a slow cleanse, you can have it done in under a month. So, for what it retails for in the stores, I think VDC has them for like $22. I mean, twice a year, you're talking, that can make a huge difference in your life because that's just going to get your...
Usually people do them in the spring and in the fall. Is that when they do them?
The biggest time they do them is right after New Year's resolutions, January 1st, January 2nd.
January 1st, and then come spring again, or, the house cleaning.
I have another question that actually was texted to me by somebody, and they asked me how many times a day should they be going to the bathroom?
Good question.
I'll give you the best answer for that. I mean, if anybody's ever had a baby or, father or mother, what happens when you feed a baby?
They go to the bathroom. Also, when you feed your pets or the animals, Ask any farmer or anybody who raises animals. When they eat, next thing they do, boom, go to the bathroom.
Yeah. Doc, why is it that doesn't happen anymore for people? 30 years, 40 years later.
Because they're not getting enough fiber, brother.
Yeah, they're not getting enough fiber, and they train their system to do this. I mean, this is why you need to take products and fiber and plant-based diet seriously. Because where is that all that waste that's breaking down from your food? I mean, you're not eating once every 3 days, so if you're
sits in your colon
once every 3 days, those toxins are sitting in your system.
At least once a day, man. At least once a day. If you can go 2-3 times a day, that's ideal. When you move to a more plant-based diet, that will happen automatically. When you're on medications, certain medications will constipate you. People during cancer treatment, during chemo and radiation, severe constipation, terrible constipation. The worst. And Ziggy and I both can tell you that from firsthand experience, right, Ziggy?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. So in those cases, if you can get somebody's on heavy medications for one reason or another, even if you can get them to go once a day, that's a victory. I know people, go 3 times a day. That's good for them. No takers on the question today. What % of the population does not get enough dietary fiber? Recommended minimum 9%. I'll give you 2 choices: 9% or 90%.
Can I answer for the $25?
No, be quiet. You can speed dial it. You get the right answer before we sign off. We'll still give you the $25 supplement gift card. The clue is we are woefully inadequate, cosmically inadequate, greatly inadequate in the amount of fiber that we're eating in this so-called American diet. YerbaPrima.com. Pay a visit. Their products are terrific. Formulated simply with great effect. Thank you, Ziggy, for coming on. I'll see you in Baltimore.
We'll see you there, my friend.
Thank you. You are listening to Let's Talk Nutrition, where your health is your wealth, and your health is the wealth of the people in your life that care about and love you. See you tomorrow.